Hello guys, this is editorial analysis for 24th January 2017. Let's go to the first one. This is from Indian Express. It talks about some of the aspects of policy formation and problems faced by disabled people in India. So we'll discuss this article in 5 points. Let's go to the first one. It says that the first Indian Sign Language Dictionary is scheduled to be released in March, and it has been commissioned by the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. Second point, a majority of schools, movie theaters, public transport amenities, buildings and parks are not disabled friendly in our country. Most of the lifts also do not have keys with the braille system. Third point, Accessible India campaign was launched in December 2015. It aims to make the infrastructure of at least 50% of government buildings in each state capital disabled friendly by July 2018. Fourth point, according to UNICEF, 2.9 million Indian children in the school-going age with disabilities are out of school. Fifthly and lastly, in December 2016, the Parliament passed the Rights of Persons with Disabilities Bill to replace the 1995 Act. In this bill, the number of disabilities has officially been increased from 7 to 21. It also aims to protect the people with psychosocial disabilities and also acid attack survivors. So that is a new addition to the bill. It emphasizes the need for accessibility of hospitals, schools, etc. to the disabled. However, the problem with this new bill is that it does not set a timeline to develop such an infrastructure. And earlier, the reservation for disabled people in jobs and education, government jobs and education was meant to be 5%, but this bill has reduced it to 4%. So that's on that topic. Let's move on to the next editorial. This is also from Indian Express. It talks about the importance of the Gulf region in international relations for India. And in UPSC they often ask comment on our relationship with Africa and comment on our relationship with a certain region of the world. So from that point of view, it becomes important. We'll discuss this editorial in 4 points. It says that the Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi, the first point, the Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi, Sheikh Nahyan, he arrives in New Delhi as the chief guest of Republic Day this year. In the last 70 years, we have only hosted 2 other leaders from this region on this particular occasion, that is Republic Day. And they have been President Mohammad Khatami of Iran in 2003 and King Abdullah of Saudi Arabia in 2006. So for polity, if you happen to read that book on Indian diplomacy by Rajiv Sikri, he also comments on this extensively. I suggest you read it. The second point is that Gulf is very critical for our security and prosperity. Yet it does not get much diplomatic attention from India due to certain contradictions in the way we are. For example, contradiction between the fact that they are monarchies and we are a republic. They have conservative regimes and radical Islamists, and then the entire divide between Shias and Sunnis, and the whole trouble that is going on in the region. These are some of the factors that have been preventing us from having a full-fledged diplomatic relations with them. We have diplomatic relations with them, but we don't give them much attention. The third point is that our relations were further marred by the fact that before 1990s, we followed the policies of protectionism and self-reliance. And because of that, we could not weave a network of interdependence of labor export to them and energy imports to us. Also, the fact that during that time our adherence to NAM, non-alignment movement, was very, very strong, and we did not want to get too close to any one particular region or bloc or country. For that reason, we just wanted to be friendly with everybody. That's why we didn't give them any special focus. The fourth and last point is that post 90s we have had more pragmatic approach towards the Gulf countries. We have also had military and security cooperation with them. So the author feels that they're very, very important and they need more attention from us. So that is on international diplomacy. Let's move on to the third editorial. This is from the Indian Express. It says that ISRO's PSLV will launch 100 foreign satellites and 3 Indian satellites by the end of this February. With this, we are entering into reliable commercial launch services in the world market. And with this, by the end of February, we will break the record of sending the most number of satellites. And that record was held by the Russian DNEPR rocket, the Dnepr rocket, I don't know how to pronounce that, DNEPR rocket, which launched 37 in 2014. So we are far ahead and we are moving up in the world market in commercial and reliable and commercial launch services. Let's move on to the next editorial. This is a mixture of 2 different editorials from Indian Express and Hindustan Times. I've mixed 2 editorials. It's about the recent wave of accidents in the Indian Railways. You know, there has been one recently in Kanpur and then a few days ago in Andhra. And we have 67,000 kilometers of railway tracks in our country. So why is this happening? What can we do about it? We'll discuss this editorial in 4 points. The first point is that the railway network is openly accessible, it's not fenced, and hence it is vulnerable to sabotage by actors like, let's say, ISI, Naxals, etc. Second point is that the Ministry of Railways has proposed to acquire advanced technology and equipments which helps detect cracks in the tracks, but it will take years to integrate that kind of technology. For the time being, we'll have to do it with manual power only. Thirdly, the ongoing process to replace the ICF coaches. Currently we are using ICF coaches. We have to replace them with German-made Link-Hofmann-Busch coaches. Link-Hofmann-Busch coaches, in short they're called LHB coaches. They're supposed to be better in case of an accident, and we are replacing our coaches with LHB coaches. But the author says they'll not be enough as they only reduce fatalities in an accident. They do not prevent derailment. So these new fancy coaches, they'll not help much. Fourthly, what we need to do is that we need the review of number of track inspectors and gangmen that is employed by railways. We need to train our personnel properly. We need to hire extra personnel. We need to increase the frequency of inspections with more safety audits, and there needs to be electronic surveillance of railway tracks. So that's on railways. Let's quickly move on to the next editorial. This is from the business line. Just 2 lines, just because RTI is an important topic in GS paper 2. Just a little reminder that Adarsh Housing Society scam and the Commonwealth Games scam, they were uncovered by RTI only. Yet activists get beaten, intimidated and even killed sometimes. So that is a little reminder on the state of RTI in our country. And quickly, one more editorial that I noted down from Business Line. It talks about the vision of housing for all in India that has to be achieved by the year 2022, and it is a vision of the NDA government, and in that regard they have undertaken the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana to cater to the economically weaker section, low income group and middle income group, and its aim is to provide affordable pakka houses with water, sanitation and electricity facility around the clock. It aims to give an interest subsidy of 3 to 6.5% on loans of 6 to 12 lakh rupees, and one of its aims is to provide slum dwellers with these home loans and provide them with homes in partnership with private sector. So that's it. Lots of editorials on 24th January 2017. Thank you.